This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, a leopard seal pup which was born and died on St Kilda Beach late last year has a new home. Dunedin man Bob Newbury has made a miniature version of himself to drive his mini traction engine. And the Van Tongeruin family of Ashburton have spent many hours preparing their home for Christmas. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. A leopard seal pup which was born and died on St Kilda Beach late last year has become a new highlight of Otago Museum's 150th anniversary exhibition. Kana was the first leopard seal pup known to be born on the New Zealand mainland in decades, and now scientists are using the pup's demise to learn more about the elusive species.
A new resting place for Kana. The taxidermied leopard seal pup's been installed as part of the Futures section of Otago Museum's 150th anniversary exhibition.
It's a really nice and special occasion to be able to put Kana on display and show people this super iconic and lovely animal. The taxidermy is amazing and she looks stunning, just like she did on the beach.
Kana's the first known leopard seal pup to have been born on the New Zealand mainland in the past 40 years. It was just one day old when it was discovered on St Kilda Beach late last year, but had to be euthanised by DOC staff after its mother failed to bond with it, leaving it in the shallows of St Kilda.
We managed to get her both MRI'd and CT scanned, which was really good because that enabled us to tell that her lungs were in fact filled with seawater after being born in the water. So the decision to put her down was the right decision.
Little is known about leopard seal pups. Experts say only a handful have been studied since the 1900s. Scientists have managed to obtain CT and MRI scans as well as dental impressions from Kana, and plans are now underway to gather new scientific information gleaned from the pup.
All of this information really just helps to tell the story which is not known of a species which is normally born in quite harsh conditions on the pack ice in Antarctica.
The new display also includes a touch screen telling the pup's story with images collected over the past year. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A man has been arrested and charged with murder overnight in Dunedin after a young father died from injuries in Christchurch earlier this month. A homicide investigation was launched after 25-year-old Shane George Heapy was dropped at Christchurch Hospital in a vehicle early on December the 8th. Another man has been charged with murder in Christchurch today, also in relation to the death of Mr Heapy. A third man was earlier charged with wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm in relation to the case. Police say additional charges are likely for all three men. Dunedin man Bob Newbury has discovered he can make a miniature of himself with a printer. As a result, the miniature traction engine he spent many years building is now complete with the addition of a model of himself as the driver.
This 3-inch scale 1906 Burrell traction engine is now complete, with the man who made it now at the controls. Otago Model Engineering Society member Bob Newbury's search for an appropriate figure to have behind the wheel of the miniature replica is finally over.
We went through all the toy shops here and all the rest of it, but I don't think Superman or Spider-Man or those sort of things would have looked right there.
The solution's been to go to Dunedin's newly opened 3D printing shop and have himself duplicated, albeit sized down to a 3-inch scale.
But the job they did was absolutely magnificent because the detail on the overalls that we badge on the front of the overalls, Otago Model Engineering Society, you can read that.
With a working boiler and a 2.5-inch stroke piston, Newbury started making the model during tea breaks and lunch hours with the machining tools at his work.
Hours and hours of work, but at the same time too, it kept me off the streets, kept me out of the pubs and all the rest of it, so all in all I'm quite happy.
And while at the 3D printing shop, they decided to get a scale model of Mrs Newbury as a tribute to her support of her husband's engineering efforts. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A man has been caught attempting to roll out from a Dunedin warehouse without paying for a trolley load of goods, as reports of theft and burglary in the city spike in the lead up to Christmas. Police say the man was caught yesterday as he tried to leave the McLagan Street warehouse branch with a trolley load of items he hadn't paid for. 2 female youths were also nabbed trying to take more than $100 worth of items from the George Street farmers right across the road from the Dunedin police station. The Van Tongeren family of Ashburton have spent many hours preparing their home for Christmas, and not just on the outside. While it's possible their house may be visible from space, the inside is also a Christmas wonderland.
Bigger, better, brighter each year. That's the philosophy of Ashburton family, the Van Tongerens. For the past 3 years, David and Margaret, along with son Ross and his partner Barbara, have put on this visual Christmas display at their home for the simple reason of putting smiles on the faces of all ages.
Me and my family do it purely for the community. Love the response we get from the people that come through here. It makes it all worthwhile.
They've put hundreds of hours of work into setting up the thousands of Christmas-themed displays, including LED laser lights, movie projectors, inflatables, as well as figurines of all shapes and sizes.
17 weeks, 4 of us setting it up for 17 weeks.
The home on Alford Forest Road is open from dusk until midnight. Visitors coming through the house range in age from 3 to 93, and David Van Tongeren hopes to host more than 8,000 people this holiday season.
Last year the total was 8,000. This year we're already 3.5, so we hope to beat the 8,000 again this year.
It's something they've done for the past 3 years, and each year their collection gets bigger and better. For those wanting to have a look for themselves, the lights will stay up until New Year's Day. In Ashburton, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. A Queenstown school gets colourful in a fun run, and a Greymouth youth space achieves 20 years of helping young people on the West Coast.
Hi folks, it's me again. My friend Lindsay at Alec Campbell Menswear and all his team in the 3 stores, Mosgiel, South Dunedin and Cromwell, wish you a Merry Christmas. It's a wee message from him. And from me, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Need to rent an EFTPOS? Whether it's just a week or the whole season, maybe a pop-up store, a concert or event, Anything's POS have equipment available to suit your needs for retail and hospitality with local support. To rent, lease or buy, contact Anything's POS.
It's always really satisfying when a customer comes back after doing a purchase of outdoor furniture and knowing that we've got it done right.
Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making lawn care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
It's that time of year. It's time to get into the garden and it's time to get your weed eater. Down here at the Power Garden Department at Andersons Bay Road, this year it's all about the cordless weed eater. Come down and see us at Mitre 10 Mega and we'll help you get it done right.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. Queenstown Police have been left shaking their heads after catching a builder drinking a bourbon and coke while driving to work on a notorious stretch of highway. The 22-year-old was driving from Edendale to Queenstown this morning when he was pulled over at a checkpoint on the Devil's Staircase. He told police he got thirsty and wanted a coke, and a can of Jim Beam and cola on the floor was the closest he had. His breath test revealed he was under the legal limit. He voluntarily tipped the rest out. Queenstown children were sprayed with water and doused in a rainbow of coloured powder, all in the name of fun. The Kingsview School pupils were taking part in a run which helped raise more than $4,500 towards outdoor education.
Slipping down an outdoor water slide and navigating an obstacle course. The pupils of Kingsview taking part in a fun run at the conclusion of a successful fundraiser.
This has been the culmination of a fundraising event that we've been doing for the last month. The kids have actually raised over $4,500.
Not only did the local fire service help in operating the water slide, but police assisted parents in using Nerf guns or shooting the youngsters with foam bullets.
And what a fun event. It's great to get the kids outside. I've just had children ask me, can I go around again? That never happens on cross country day.
She says it's important for the pupils to get to enjoy time outside.
It's great to see kids outside, running around, enjoying the fresh air, and of course having a lot of fun.
Most of the $4,500 is set to be spent on outdoor education, along with a chunk being spent on prizes for the pupils after the run. In Queenstown, for the South Today.
Greymouth youth space The Shed has achieved 20 years of helping young people on the West Coast. And as part of the anniversary celebrations, they're welcoming back past members for a series of events this weekend.
A safe place for youth. That's the philosophy behind The Shed in Greymouth, where the doors are open to young people from all walks of life under one condition.
It's a place where we do not tolerate bullying or anything like that. So this is just a place where kids can come and be.
The organisation is celebrating its 20th birthday this weekend, and Nikki Mora says all members past and present are welcome.
We're just encouraging past members and families and yes, even those who might want to come and have a wee look at what The Shed is and what we've got here.
The Shed is an interdenominational Christian church project run by the Moras and volunteers, which offers activities for young people on Friday nights. Tim Mora says the organisation hopes to improve the lives of the next generation and inspire them to be better people.
Yeah, develop things like a social conscience. We're big on social justice, and yeah, it's just been pretty awesome. And we've had a lot of parents say to us, and a number of kids as well, that without The Shed they don't know where they'd be today.
The Shed will host an open day on Saturday afternoon, followed by the annual youth group ball. In Greymouth, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we take a look at the top news stories from September, and we check out tomorrow's weather.
What a wonderful year! No more neck pain, shoulders are great, back, all pain's gone. Sciatica, not a problem. What a great year my customers had. Happy New Year and see you in 2019.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Want a bike to work but the wind and hills have gotten you down? Come in and see our team at Electrify 249 Cumberland Street. Tell us you saw this ad and we'll throw in a Bell helmet and an Oxford lock for free. Sorted.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Firstly, happy Christmas to everybody. I just want you to spare a thought for those in our community who are in need at this time of year, and maybe keep an eye out for somebody that you can help over the Christmas period. My office is going to close from the 21st, Friday the 21st of December. It'll reopen on Monday the 14th of January, and in the meantime, please, all of you, have a great Christmas. Have a great time with your family and friends and take some time out.
Season's greeting from Harroways. Enjoy your summer snacking with our new Harroways Oat Bites. These are available at participating New Worlds and Pack and Saves.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. In the lead up to Christmas, we're taking a look back at our news stories over the last 12 months. September was a month that saw the return of the first albatross nesting at Tairoa Head on the Otago Peninsula, the University of Otago proctor issuing an apology after confiscating bongs from a student flat, and Southland District councillors voting to raise the levy imposed on visitors to Stewart Island.
A woman who'd tidied up a rest spot near Shag Point received a rude shock when she discovered 17 trees she'd planted were chopped down.
I came out here, it was just soul destroying because we'd spent so many hours up here just volunteering and doing it all and trying to make it nice.
A spokeswoman for the New Zealand Transport Agency, which owns the land, said the trees weren't removed by them. Queenstown's Pride Week saw locals and visitors celebrating their diversity. Wakatipu High School used a helicopter for a lolly scramble to celebrate the week and invited former pupil Maddie McLean back to his old school.
It gives me hope that we're moving forward and moving in the right direction, and that people are embracing people who are maybe a little bit different and being inclusive and just being kind to each other as well.
First Church in Dunedin got ready to mark World Suicide Prevention Day with a ceremony lighting 668 candles, one for each life lost to suicide in the last year. Corinda Taylor said the local Hope Centre was helping the community with the issue of suicide.
Some good things are coming. We help people to navigate the mental health system. We provide
bereavement support there. We've got training programs, education about suicide prevention.
It was petrolhead heaven with several categories of off-road races battling it out on a farm near Kurau. The annual New Zealand Off-Road Racing Championships Southern Dirt Fest saw 42 cars competing in a short course event followed by an endurance race.
We've got 3 or 4 here from the North Island, absolutely raving about the track. Fast enough for the big cars, but technical enough for everyone else as well.
Both churches and schools rang as many bells as they could on the 18th of September. The celebration marked the return of the first albatross to Tairoa Head in preparation for the upcoming nesting season.
We raided the music supplies, found everything that makes a jingly noise, and yeah, it wasn't too hard to find enough chimes and bells and things.
Otago University's proctor found himself the subject of student protest after confiscating 3 cannabis smoking bongs from a flat.
I gave an apology on Tuesday and I'm happy to repeat that apology.
Yo! Let the man speak!
I've learnt from this era and I give an assurance that it won't be repeated.
In Queenstown, holiday home broker Airbnb spoke out against proposed bylaw changes that would reduce the number of days allowed for short-term rentals, with no more than 3 separate lets permitted.
As we look around New Zealand and indeed right around Australia where there are new laws and new rules around home sharing, they fundamentally protect home sharers and they don't tend to have these kinds of regressive restrictions.
And the Southland District Council voted to approve a draft bylaw to increase the visitor levy to Stewart Island from $5 to $15. They said the funds raised would go to things like replacing jetties.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A leopard seal pup which was born and died on St Kilda Beach late last year has a new home at Otago Museum as part of a special exhibit. Dunedin man Bob Newbury has discovered he can have a miniature made of himself by a printer, and his mini-me now has a steam tractor model to drive. And the Van Tongeren family of Ashburton has spent many hours preparing their home for Christmas. And it's not just on the outside, the inside is a wonderland as well.
Tonight's.
And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Barry.
Good afternoon. A state-of-the-art Southland aquaculture facility, potentially costing $100 million, is among 3 regional projects to receive $2 million cash injection from the Provincial Growth Fund. So details of that in the paper tomorrow. Southern District Health Board's 2018 deficit is $4 million over budget. It's not great news there. Christmas forecast, we'll have that in the paper tomorrow. You'll probably have that late in the edition tonight, but we'll have the weather for Christmas Day and beyond. Proposed changes to employer-assisted work visa is pretty important in our regional areas with fruit pickers and the hospitality industry in Queenstown. It's widely hailed as a step in the right direction, but one Queenstown hospitality consultant has described today's announcement as a Christmas fluffy. So not impressed, clearly. Right. Cricket writer Adrian Ciccone explains Otaga's woeful first-class cricket record, and of course we'll have coverage of all the big cricket action today from the test matches in Australia and of course in Wellington.
Great, well thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
All of that and more in tomorrow's ODT. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Tonight's southern view is of Dunedin's railway station and part-time bus park. Looking at the situation, changeable weather for the next week, taking us through to Christmas with a mix of showers, rain, sunshine and southerly breezes. So far it's looking fine for Christmas Day. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a wet day with highs of 20 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson can expect rain and 21 degrees. Blenheim is also in for rain, but it will be warm on 20 degrees. In Canterbury, a showery day for Kaikoura with a high of 18 degrees. Christchurch and Ashburton are also due for rain with highs of 14 and 12 degrees. Looking at the southern centres, the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore can expect moderate southeasterlies, some cloud and a high of 12 degrees. Over to central Otago, Wanaka can expect light easterlies, rain and 12 degrees. Chiano cloud and 12 degrees, Queenstown showers clearing and 13 degrees, while Alexandra can expect clouds and 13 degrees. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru are in for moderate southeasterlies, rain and 13 degrees. Further inland, Omarama and Twizel are due to have light easterlies with rain and 12 degrees. In Dunedin, showers tonight with southerlies, an overnight low of 10. Mostly cloudy and cold tomorrow with moderate southeasterlies, a high of 11 and a low of 10 degrees. Cloudy on Thursday too, with breezy northeasterlies, a high of 13 degrees and a low of 11. And in Invercargill, showers tonight with southeasterly winds with an overnight low of 9. Showers clearing and a few sunny periods developing later tomorrow with light southeasterlies with a high of 13 and a low of 9. Sunny periods and some cloud on Thursday with light easterly winds, a low of 8 and a predicted top temperature of 16 degrees. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz, channel39.co.nz and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.